gentlemen, please welcome that fine figure of marine biology, Craig Charles.
It's official. Robots are taking over the world. And here to do battle in the most spectacular competition ever created are 6 mighty robots representing 6 mighty nations in a mechanized mother of all wars. This is Robot Wars, the International League Championships. Robot Wars is one of the world's fastest growing sports. All over the globe, engineers, designers, technicians, students, and anyone with a lust for wanton violence are designing and building radio-controlled mechanized warriors. Why? So they can destroy each other in our high-tech arena. It's destructive, it's brutal, it's Robot Wars!
Mechanical marvels, demonic destroyers, terrible trundlers, the products of a global think tank. In workshops, garages and living rooms around the world, roboteers dream them up. Machines to tip and to topple, to push and pull. They must have speed and agility, bravery when the heat is on. They must lust for victory and the right to boss the arena, using their own weaponry, using, of course, the pitfalls we provide. You may have your flippers and blades, spears and lances, invention, creation, dedication. Think you're hard enough? We've toiled and trekked a global odyssey for the golden fleece of robots. We've found them. 6 of the bravest, most original, hardiest. We've slapped them in the face with our robotic gloves. We've challenged them to a deadly duel. And I promise you, there can be just one winner.
And now Robot Wars is going global. 6 nations have gathered to fight it out for supremacy. Only one will survive. They face each other and the wrath of the ultimate mechanical menace, the house robots.
Our 5 horsemen of the apocalypse, dead metal. The sparks are going to fly when this takes you on. Armed with hydraulic-driven pincers and a petrol-driven 3,000 revs per minute saw. Don't expect mercy if you fall into the grip of the pincer attack. Dead metal will shred your hopes and dreams. Sergeant Bash has a fiery temper. The ferocious flamethrower mounted on a 360-degree rotating turret. Hydraulic pincers at the front have the power of crocodile jaws, and this war machine's certain to leave opponents hot under the collar. The matriarch of mayhem, Matilda, has tusks of steel and a cold, hard, malicious temperament. With her chainsaw tail, capable of piercing the toughest armor plating. If she gets her wicked way with you, there's no way back. No survivor. Shunt has the ability to cleave all opponents in two with a pneumatically driven diamond edge axe which strikes at over 500 kilograms of pressure per square centimetre. A power pack robot capable of hauling a fully laden Land Rover with its hydraulic lift. A slice is nice for Shunt. And finally, Sir Killalot, the evil-eyed ultimate killing machine. The lance, nearly 2 meters in length, tremendously strong to lift, whirl, twirl and terminate. It'll twist and turn its screw into the guts of any machine. Its pincers can snap a solid steel bar. Gargantuan, arrogant, Killalot by name and nature.
I'd be quaking in my robot boots. And to see if it's brown trousers time for any of our competitors, here's Philippa in the pits.
Thanks, Craig. I'm surrounded by teams from all 4 corners of the globe, and they're all preparing to do battle. Teams from Australia, Holland, Belgium, Ireland and America have flown in to join our British teams, and they're all hoping to become the first International Robot Wars champions. International reputations are at stake. Craig.
Our 6 competitors have been randomly drawn into 2 groups. Within each group there'll be 3 battles. The aim of the game is to immobilise your opponent. 3 points will be awarded for a clear win, no points for abject failure. If both robots are still mobile at the end of the battle, 1 point will be awarded for a draw. The winner of each group will then face each other in our final to decide who will be crowned first International League champion of Robot Wars.
The League of Nations shapes up like this, Craig. In Group A, Belgium, Australia and Ireland. And in Group B, hands across the ocean, forget it. America, Holland and England. Let's have a look at Group A in more detail. It's Dipoposaurus from Belgium, Terra Australis from Australia and Ireland represented by Giotio.
The 6 nations are itching to start the carnage, so let the wars begin with the first of our Group 1 battles.
From Australia, Terra Australis.
A 4-horsepower lawnmower engine provides plenty of kangaroo hop here. The fuel tank's actually a plastic model aircraft inside a steel box. Weapon, a horizontal circular saw.
I'm Peter.
I'm Nick. And I'm Rodney.
And this is Terra Australis. This is our robot. It's pretty mean, it's tough, it's made out of solid steel, it's got a nice saw out the front, some ramming spikes out the back. It runs upside down, which is really useful in this competition. Yeah, it's loud. It's got a petrol engine, 2-stroke, 4-horsepower petrol engine, gives us lots of power, lots of speed, and it's going to kick butt.
From Belgium, Dilophosaurus Rex.
A lifting flipper at the front provides the weaponry here. Top speeds of 8 miles an hour. It's powered by a 24-volt, 30-amp wheelchair motor. Are the poppies ready to bloom?
I'm Nancy, and this is Philip, and we are from Belgium, and this is our robot, the Dilophosaurus Rex.
It's in metal and aluminium, and it lifts 100 kilos on the front. And it's 2 wheelchair motors, 2 batteries, 24 volts.
Roboteers, stand by.
Should be a good battle here, Terra Australis against Dilophosaurus. Or will it be? What's happened here? The Australians aren't happy. The thumbs down from them. Right from the start, they got mechanical problems, that's clear. Now, they'll have to come down and examine Terra Australis, but get things moving very quickly. A hectic schedule of battles ahead. We have precious little time here. They'll use that drill to try and get the lawnmower engine working, I should think. Derek Foxwell there, the technical advisor for Robot Wars, has a close look. Busy schedule of battles, Derek. What's going to happen here? Change it. We'll have to move on to another battle. Well, the Popeyes will have a rest, and we'll see what happens to the Terra Australis boys now in the pits.
What's going on in here then? Come on, what's burnt?
Control box in there. There was smoke coming out of this thing, so we can't, we could take it apart, but yeah, it's in here, the electronics, and yeah, they are shot.
She smoked.
So the whole thing's kaput. I mean, you might as well throw this thing in the bin and start again. Is that what you're telling me?
It can be fixed in a couple of hours, maybe 3-4 hours,
but you don't have that time.
We don't have that time, so...
And we can't afford for you to resign because you're an Australian team and you've come all this way. So we need to sort something out, don't we?
That's right.
Yes, it's a dilemma.
But you ain't using this robot again?
Nope, we're not using this robot again.
It's doorstop. An anchor.
Ooh, here's a drama.
Drama right from the start. We'll bring you the latest from the pits as it happens. Let's move on to Group B. Coming to spank, the Yanks, Prometheus from America. Ready to clog, the Dutch with Technolese. And a close shave for England, we hope not, with Razor.
From the United States of America, Prometheus.
A 2-stroke petrol-driven engine, aluminium frame and body here. A circular saw, very quick top speeds, 30 miles an hour.
Hi, I'm Richard. I'm from the United States of America, and this is our robot Prometheus. It's a gas-powered robot, does approximately 30 miles per hour. And it's got a saw blade in front to chew up the opposition.
Hi, I'm Mike Lazenberg from Kansas City, Missouri. Just glad to be here.
Hi, my name's Steve Lane. I'm a team member for Team Prometheus. We're out there to do battle. Beware.
From Holland, Techno.
Team captain Eric de Vreyer dreams that one day robots will rule the world. His grinding blade could mean he rules here. He also has a 1-swing motion nose wheel. The robot, not Eric.
Hello, I'm Eric, and this is Frans, and we're from the Netherlands. This is our robot, Technolese. It's got some nice spikes on the front, and on the back a very powerful blade, driven by a 2-stroke petrol engine. It's electrically driven.
And we made it very shiny, because we've seen all the robots in here, and we think when we make it shiny, beauty kills the beast.
Roboteers, stand by.
Technolese, shiny, very shiny, nice spikes. Eric and Franz. And Prometheus, Stephen Lane at the controls. He's a team member of Team Prometheus. Here to do battle. Well, not like that, Prometheus. Yes, a little bit of a late start. Now, crashing into the front of Technolese. Don't forget, 3 points for a win. If both robots are still mobile at the end, 1 point each in the giant league tables. Little sexy blue LEDs flashing on the top of Prometheus. It's not me calling them sexy blue LEDs, it's the Team Prometheus who think they are sexy. Nudging against Technolese. In the background there, of course, you see the house robots waiting in the CPZs, the corner patrol zones. They can come out of those corner patrol zones if they believe a robot's immobilized. In other words, they can come in for the kill, like Sergeant Bash is doing just there. Otherwise, it's a worthy tactic to push your opponent into a CPZ, into the clutches of the house robots. Bash comes out, nudging on to Prometheus. Prometheus, the lid already coming off the United States of America team. There's the saw blade on the back of Technolese, which doesn't seem greatly effective. Shunt is at the back there in the CPZ. A rocking and a rolling like Elvis Presley. Prometheus there in the control. Stephen Lane trying to get Prometheus on the attack, perhaps pushing Technolese towards not the Zaydas A, but towards a CPZ, towards Bash in the corner there. Now against the arena side walls. Great power here from Prometheus, actually. 80 kilos, slightly the heavier robot, not much in it actually, about a kilo. Now Technolese spike, but is that smoke coming out of Prometheus, I wonder? Time is ticking down. Are both these robots still mobile? The house robots ready to pounce. What will be the outcome of this?
Cease.
Well, Mrs. Pavarotti thought she had it hard when she gave birth to Luciano, but not even she had to do that much pushing. Obviously a draw.
That's a very powerful machine.
Incredible, yeah.
To lock horns with this unit and go one-to-one. Very powerful. My hat's off to those guys. Good match. It was fun.
Yeah, for an electric to push gas like that, it takes a lot of power. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Good match.
Phenomenal. Not what you expected.
No. No, we didn't expect that kind of power out of him. Not at all.
Now, Eric, I have to say, it's been in and out of that arena, and it's still clean, nice and shiny. How do you do it?
It's typical Dutch.
How do you keep everything so tidy all the time? Is it a Dutch trait?
I think so. Sometimes,
Is it?
yeah.
Whereas the rest of us
Nice
are all
and
metal.
technology, yes. Not like the Americans, loud and noisy.
Ooh, steady, Eric. That sounds like fighting talk to me. A point each for America and Holland. Let's find out how those Australian boys are doing back in the pits.
Thankfully, the Irish lads have helped us out here.
Here's one.
Here's one. And yeah, they've basically lent us their second robot because we had some
aerial. Yeah.
technical difficulties with our old one. So
Goodness sake, I don't think I've ever seen such last-minute preparations. Guys, have you explained to them what weaponry... I don't have to hold this all the way through.
No,
what weaponry they've got and how it works.
Yeah, it's got nothing and we're going to beat them.
You're not fighting against each other as well.
Yeah, we are.
want to check
It's
it out the
worse,
back.
isn't it?
Philippa, they will be fighting, not quite yet. Let's go back to the battle that never was. Belgium against Australia, with the Diotio Irish team lending the Aussies nemesis, then a stroke of good sportsmanship. The main weapon is a pneumatic spear.
G'day, I'm Nick.
I'm Rodney. And I'm Peter.
And this is
Terror
Australis. Well, this is our robot here. It's a big, mean fighting machine.
Stainless steel cover, 2mm thick. You've got cutting and piercing weapons. Hopefully these things will do a bit of cutting damage.
Spikes in the back here, just more spiking and ramming, and a great big Roman short sword out the front.
We're hoping to do a serious bit of damage with this baby.
Right. Let's see how we go.
Meanwhile, Dipoposaurus just waits patiently for its first taste of oil and engine grease.
Stand by.
And let's be honest, the Australian boys haven't got a clue about that one, have they? Not the faintest idea.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Philippe and Nancy Popeye with Poposaurus easing away from the left. Let's hope that the nemesis Terror Australis team don't turn out to be a duck-billed flatterwuss like your last entry, Aussies. Loud, they said. Australian. Loud, but not so proud so far. The Poposaurus trying to get that lifting flipper into gear. This is Peter, Nick and Rodney, the Australian boys. Now, you don't really want to be on top of that lifting flipper. The Poposaurus isn't the speediest around the arena floor, only 8 miles an hour. Now, you'll see speed come into play in this international competition when the house robots are flying around. You need to be nippy to avoid them. The lifting arm up underneath Nemesis, which is a Robot Wars veteran, actually. Hopefully hard through war after war, but now representing Australia. There's Philippe at the controls. He loves his motorbikes. Wants to own a bike shop one day. There's a skull and crossbones on the side of Poposaurus. There's the great cutting, scything blade at the side of Nemesis, or we'll call it Terra Australis. They're enjoying it. Well, they've got to grips with the controls readily as time ticks down. Both will be mobile at the end, and I should think it'll be a point apiece for Australia and for Belgium. Push, shove, give, take, honours, even, a point each for Terra Australis and the Poposaurus in the pits now with Philippa.
Oh, no.
A bad call from the judges.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You put up with that?
They're the boss, eh?
Take the...
So...
But just tell me, why do you think it was a bad call?
We almost lifted them, we was dominant all the way, and we lost. I don't think it's fair, but we're in England, eh?
No! We're fair, you can't say that.
I think they were more aggressive. Sure, they had the flipper, which kind of worked towards their advantage, but they didn't manage to flip us in the end. So I think a draw is as good as we could have hoped for, and I think we're quite happy with the result, yeah.
And the rules are clear. Both robots are mobile. It's a point apiece for Belgium and Australia. On to Group B, Razor against Prometheus. Oh, Philippa's got bad news from the pits. It's Prometheus! Smoking, and we're all choking. What's going on?
We officially have to retire.
Oh, why?
Yeah, we have no movement. We're dead, so
Is it
with
true
no
that your
movement, we
motors
wouldn't do too
have
well.
burnt out?
Yeah. So we're done for this event.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
There's no way of fixing that. What's wrong in there?
Now we're finished.
You
Right.
must be gutted.
Got it.
Yeah, disappointed.
Yeah, we're bummed. Yeah.
Bummed, gutted. We all know the feeling. Sorry, it's such a shame to see you go, but thank you very much.
Okay, it's been great, thank you.
What a pity. Never mind. England get 3 points with the bye. And let's go back to Group A. It's Ireland against Australia using an Irish machine, of course.
From Era, Dietor.
The Team Great Fun Robot Wars veterans. Giotto has a hydraulic lifting spring arm, a very low ground clearance. Will it annihilate the rest, as its name would suggest?
I'm Joe Gavin.
Kieran Bourne.
I'm Peter Redmond, and this is Dietor, son of Nemesis. We're representing Ireland in the International Robot Wars competition, and this is the weapon that we're going to be using to destroy all the rest of the robots. It's hydraulically cocked on these large car springs. Comes all the way down, so it's flush with this bar here, and then we can fire it and hopefully throw all the rest of the robots over.
Be interesting here, because Terra Australis, a.k.a. Nemesis from the Giotto team, is a prototype of Giotto. Be interesting to see how far the Irish have progressed and what lessons they've learned. This is Giotto. At the controls, Peter Redmond. In the centre. And Terra Australis at the controls, Rodney Gullix. When you think that most roboteers struggle to build one competitive machine, the Irish boys have built two here, representing Australia. Terra Australis now, of course, in the yellow, with the Roman blade in the front. Rodney at the controls, lifted up, though, by that hydraulic lifting spring arm of Giotto. Both these machines have an adjustable and very low ground clearance capability. A smile on the face of Joe Gavin on the right-hand side in the Giotto cherry picker. It's already flying, though, on the arena floor, which is sort of standard practice if you know Giotto. Crumpled at the back, it seems, as well, but doing all the aggressive work here and trying to get in underneath Terra Australis. This was the change in the two robots from the Irish team, that lifting arm. And it certainly looks an effective weapon. And Terra Australis towards the pit and in! And a victory for Giotto! 3 points for the Irish. And now the great challenge to take on the house. One of the eyes has come off, it's on fire as well. To take on Killalot and Chasing Killalot here. Tilt-your across the arena floor. They're balmy. Oh, lovely stuff, lovely stuff. A victory, but at what cost? They love it, don't they? Well, the victory means that Ireland are in control of the group. Terra Australis are now out. They can't qualify. We will be seeing them later on, though, in the programme.
You came up with the goods, but the goods just weren't enough.
No, not quite. But we did a bit of damage. We tore plenty of fur off, and we did manage to disable their weapon. So it's a big gash in the front. We were talking to them and said it's disabled. We believe them.
Do you think they're trying to make you feel better, maybe?
Possibly.
I always wanted to go with that one.
That was great fun. Ah.
Our last one.
Ah. The end of the eyes. The eyes have it.
Tell you, them Aussies are vicious. Tore lumps out of us. Look.
But look, are you ever going to be ready to fight again?
Oh, yeah.
Don't
How
know,
quickly?
actually.
Yeah, we
don't know.
We have to check.
Shunt gave us a whack of a hatchet right in the
Where?
electronics.
Oh.
Nasty place.
Painful.
Yeah, it's not nice to get a smack in the electronics.
I wouldn't have thought it was.
Rings, tears to your eyes.
From England, Razor.
In the battle to settle Group B, the Sweeney Todd of Robot Wars can cut anything down to size with its great crushing beak. Specialist hardened sheet steel gives it a solid feel.
Hi, I'm Simon Scott.
I'm Ian Lewis. And I'm Vincent Flood. And we're the Razor team representing England.
This is our nasty robot Razor with 9 tons of squeezability. We're going to win.
And if it gets tipped over, it's straight back in action with its self-righting mechanism.
Have you ever seen anything so truly awful?
I hope not.
Techno Lee's hopes for an awe-inspiring performance. They need the victory here. They only have 1 point. Razor has 3 because of the bye. Prometheus dropping out, of course. They're the Razor team.
3, 2.
Eric and France with their shiny, clean, smashing robot against the crumpability factor of that great beak. We've already seen the pushing power of Techno Lee's. Now let's see if it can withstand damage. The answer, no! 9 tons of squeezability. Pushing down, denting. Techno Lee's. Now Razor's turn to push Eric and Franz towards the pit. I have actually seen something awful, more awful about Razor than the machine itself. Simon Scott's long hair, perhaps, would go a long way. Oh, look at that, though. Simon's machine is deadly and is awesome. Hauling Techno Lee's up onto the front edge. Oh, no, backing back into Shunt, though, and causing itself some damage. Lifted up by Shunt, this could be a major upset. Shunt drops Razor into the centre of the arena. I thought for one moment it might have gone all the way towards the pit. Razor, topsy-turvy, will now see the SREMEC, the self-righting mechanism. And that has become a very useful feature of robots. The SREMEC, using those great winged blades to push up and over and back, ready to fight again, Razor. Again, trying to pierce the top of Techno Lee's. Puncture. And again, something popped there. Techno Lee's badly dented. The aim, of course, to get through to the 2 poly motors and deaden Techno Lee. Easy peasy does it for Razor at the moment. They think they've won. Techno Lee's, are they immobilised? Razor coming in for one last hoist up. Bashing Techno Lee's onto the arena floor. Ian Lewis and Simon Scott at the controls. That's the camera on Dead Metal, the house robot. Coming in with a circular saw blade there. Also, Shunt with a couple of bashes. Meanwhile, Razor seemed to be taking on Matilda. And indeed was. Great speed from Razor, nipping about the arena floor. This is what we were talking about earlier on. Shunt comes in for retribution. Look at Razor! Shunt bulldozer blade is almost buckled and bashed out of sight. This is unheard of. Razor is destroying one of the house robots. They're loving it. The house robot's revenge will be dreadful, I can promise you that. Razor, the winners of this, of course. They will win Group B. Technolese are out of it. The English team will go on now to take on Matilda. Trying to immobilise Matilda's chainsaw for later on. Prodding where perhaps no robot has ever gone before. Or would ever like to go again. That truly is a hideous thought. Still sniffing around Matilda's chainsaw, but now lifted up Razor. Will the retribution of the house robots come in? They are thoroughly enjoying this. Technolese bashed, bruised, bloodied, beaten, and Razor clinging to the arena ropes, as it were, for safety. Winning the group and going on. Terrific battle, that. Technolese, sportsmanlike to the end, but out. A victory for Razor, which seals Group B. They go through. Confirmation here, 2 victories for Razor, 6 points. Holland and America, 1 point each. It's Razor through.
You British really hate nice shiny things, Arena.
No, we don't. We appreciate
You like
them.
messy things.
It's just robots don't like other nice shiny robots. They
that's
can't
it.
help themselves. They have to mash them.
Yes.
That's what happens.
Okay.
It's still shiny,
And
so...
look, what's your problem now? This is just not as level as it was. And, you know, it's got a few holes in it. We didn't see much you saw in action.
No, we hit it against the wall to make some sparks, but it stopped at the instant, so...
It's scary, Razor, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a great robot.
Fun?
Oh, that was great fun. That was brilliant.
It's funny getting him back in tilt. Quite good fun.
Shunt.
Yeah, we get his shovel.
You didn't just eat it, you just scrunched it like it was molten metal.
They're not the only ones who can cause serious damage. Well engineered. British engineered.
Even though you say so yourself, eh? Well, congratulations, guys. Every fight we see you pushing the boundaries of robot fighting further and further. And we are astounded and amazed.
OK, there's everything to fight for. Prides are going to be dented, and so are the robots, as we conclude our Group 1 battles.
With Giotior against Dipoposaurus, Craig. Giotior with 3 points only needs a draw to make it through the final against Razor. But in the way, the Belgian team, of course.
Against a robot like Giotior, what do you need most?
Flipping forward.
Flipping power. That's exactly what you need. Oh, look, it's got a patch on. Poor Giotior's really suffering.
Yeah, he's taking a few smacks already.
Are you nervous about going up against Belgium?
No, he just better bring plenty of chocolates with him. I hope that thing is chocolate inside anyway.
Good luck, good luck, good luck.
Roboteers, stand by.
Dipoposaurus from Belgium, Philippe and Nancy Popé. And there, the Giotior boys patched up, ready to go. Again, Peter Redmond at the controls with Joe Gavin and Kieran Byrne. And Giotior away. The Belgians, plenty of muscle, but will they have their chips here against Giotior? Aye, aye, Captain. Long John Silver of Robot Wars. Giotior. Both of them with the lifting mechanisms, the spring arm on the front of the fur-covered Giotior, almost there underneath the tail of Dipoposaurus, yes! Lifting up the dinosaur-shaped machine from Belgium. Oh, up and over! And I think that could be just about it. Philippe's got his work to do here now. Deb Metal was waiting to come in there to the right. You've got Sergeant Bash to the left. Oh, that's it. They've had enough. They're Brussels sprouts out of here. They know it. They're finished. And in comes Deb Metal with the old blade. What Giotior needs to do is stay out of trouble now and prepare for the final against Razor. By which time they'll be... Oh, hang on. Oh, we might have a chance. Let's get the old aerial up again. Here we come. Dipoposaurus. Is there life in them yet? They're Dead Metal. And also Shunt with a little nudge. The final right for Dipoposaurus. Finally into the pit. Hanging, lingering, longingly, but finally lumped out of it, the Belgians. There they go. And it's Giotior through to the final. It'll be Ireland-England in the final. Here we are. Giotior, 6 points from the 2 wins. Terra Australis and Dipoposaurus both with a point. It's just more through to meet Razor.
How was that for you then? Oh.
Not so good, not so good. Nice robots.
It was terrible for
you.
You ended up looking like a skewer over the pits.
Yeah. Well, they are very, very strong.
They are very, very vicious.
Yeah.
They're mean. The nose?
Oh, strong.
This is a strong nose.
strong nose.
And it got buckled. Thank goodness you didn't put the aluminium one in.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing a beautiful robot. Sorry, it's just got more dents in it than it had before.
Has to be a new one.
Yeah.
Very good team.
Good opponent.
Yeah.
Lifted us right up off the ground.
Well, you're through. That is one hot robot.
Steaming.
I give up on the gags and things.
The wars keep raging, but before we get on to the next stage of the competition, let's enjoy a quick diversion with an international grudge match.
The War of Independence between England and the USA, and representing England, A-Kill, a middleweight robot, costs £200 to build, front and rear spikes the weapons, very low ground clearance here.
Hi, I'm Chris. This is Ryan and Andy of Team A Kill. The main weapons for this are the front and rear crushing ability of these two arms. We're fighting for England.
And fighting for the United States of America, Tentamushi with Lisa and Mike Winter. Again, a low ground clearance here, 52 kilos. It'll swallow its enemy whole. How? Lisa will tell us, I think.
The secret weapon is that it opens up and captures the other robot, and there's a weapon inside a grinder that grinds the robot up.
Roboteers, stand by.
From England, A-Kill then. And there, Chris Delph at the controls.
3,
Tentamushi.
2.
Team captain Lisa taking charge. And there, already you see Tentamushi lifting up the shell to get in over A-Kill. Will try and drop. And now the circular saw will be grinding away on the top surface of A-Kill. Lisa and Mike, good early control, but not a great deal of damage caused, I would think, to A-Kill. You can see the circular saw spinning wildly under that plastic shell of Tentamushi. But unless they can cut the radio-controlled aerial on A-Kill, I can't see them causing a great deal of trouble here. Certainly they're the more aggressive robots so far. Now, Tentamushi backs away. Comes in on another charge. A-Kill will try and flick it up and over with the lifting motors, 4 12-volt powered lifting motors. Now A-Kill towards the pit. Now, can Lisa close in with a final push? Great innovative designs here for middleweight robots. Hampered by the weight restrictions for the bigger battles. And A-Kill shoved towards the pit. Desperately trying to hold on, teetering and tottering and toppled. And the grudge match, the first War of Independence, won by Tentamushi for the States.
I played cricket once. For hours I stood around wishing I brought a good book, like The Complete Works of Shakespeare. Then someone threw a very hard ball at me as fast as he could. So I said, if you want to knock over these 3 sticks that badly, I'll get out of your way. It'll make it a lot easier. Unfortunately, England's cricket team seemed to be just as baffled by the game. And so, in an attempt to even the score, our next grudge match is England versus Australia. But in this version of the Ashes, we don't burn stumps, we burn robots. Let the match begin.
Who will be clean bowled, run out in the Ashes, representing England? It's Mortis, tremendous robot this. A team formerly of Cambridge University, great power from 3 motors. Watch its hammer, it is breathtaking. It cost £30,000 to build.
Hi, my name's Rob Knight.
Hi, I'm Ben Gordon.
And I'm Arthur Gilcroft.
And this is Robot Mortis. It's a veteran from UK Wars 1 and 2, and we are representing England in the international competition. We have, as weapons, a large axe. It's got a lifter. It can also self-right. It's running on tracks. It's custom-built motors, custom-built electronics, custom-built batteries, and it's armoured in titanium and a carbon fibre and Kevlar shell.
And representing the men from down under, Terra Australis with a substitute robot. We've already found out earlier on the programme there, of course. The main weapons, spears, spikes and blades, a lot slower it is than Mortis.
Roboteers, stand by.
Rob Knight at the controls of Mortis, unique controls as well for a unique robot. And there, once again, Rodney Gullickson at the controls of Terra Australis.
Activate.
On paper, England should win the Battle of the Ashes. But one never knows. Perhaps we'll have a beamer fold somewhere, a googly here or there. Who will be caught out? Well, it would be Nemesis if they get in underneath that great hammer blow of Mortis, that's for certain. It's a deadly weapon. Trying also to flick in with the lifting arm, a modification from the first 2 Robot Wars series for the Mortis boys. And in comes Shunt's blade, and Mortis in underneath Terra Australis. And at the moment, this is a good attack by Mortis of England, and the Ashes are coming to English shores. Puncture marks on the top of Terra Australis. Good luck, it says there. They'll need more than good luck, I should think. And Mortis about to haul Terra Australis up onto the arena wall and leave it topsy-turvy. Well, Bash thought about coming in. Shunt was certainly in the picture as well, but it's Mortis doing all the attacking. A little bit of leg spin required, perhaps, to pick up the Ashes for Mortis. Terra Australis need a couple of big 6 hits now to send Mortis towards the Robot Wars boundaries. Over and out it should be, though, for Terra Australis any moment now. That's the arena floor flipper. Let's see if it comes into play. Matilda nudges it onto the flipper. Watch this now. Oh, yes, thank you very much. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Terra Australis, you'll be left to rust. Spinning up and over. And I think Mortis is heading very much for the Ashes victory, and Terra Australis is heading to the pits. The Ashes for England. I've waited nearly all my life to say that. Wonderful. It's come in Robot Wars.
Well, it's time for the final assault. 6 countries have battled for supremacy and only 2 remain. Of course, only one can now go on to rule the world. And to decide who receives that global honour, let the finals begin!
So, confirmation, the winners of Group A, Diotior and Ireland comfortably, and the winners of Group B, Razor and England. The story so far, Terra Australis having problems straight away, needed a substitute robot. The Irish gave them Nemesis, Terra Australis 2, up against Hippoposaurus of Belgium, a point apiece from a draw there. But Terra Australis, no match for its creative team. Diotior, 3 points for the Irish. And then Diotior beating Hippoposaurus, left hanging on the pit. Maximum points for Diotior, through to the final. In Group B, a point apiece for Technolese of Holland on the left and Prometheus of the United States of America, but smoking and ruled out of it. Razor righting itself for England against Technolese, having already picked up 3 points for a bye against Prometheus, made it 6 with this victory against the Dutch. 6 points out of 6 took Razor through to the final 2. It's Razor against Diotior.
Roboteers, stand by.
Diotior of Ireland, with their furry machine, bog-eyed, and Razor of England.
3.
This to become the first International Robot Wars League champs. Quick start by Razor. Certainly the nippier of these 2 robots. The more powerful, I'd say, in terms of destructive ability. But Diotior has been so hardy throughout Robot Wars history, set on fire, crumpled and bashed, but still coming back. You can see the springs to load that front lifting arm, hoisted into action. A bit of a dance developing. Again, the spring-loaded lifting arm flicking up. Oh, but this is where the damage could be so costly. They've gone for the armour just in front of one of the springs of the Razor team. Ian Lewis, Vincent Blood and Simon Scott. These two teams, by the way, the Jotio boys, Peter, Joe and Kieran, and the Razor team, magnificent characters, great fun to have in the pits. And at the moment it's Simon and Ian doing all the damage with Razor, again coming in on the attack. Oh, Jotio, very nearly here, on and into the pits, and in comes Ted Becker with a shot, he won't be needed, Razor! The first International Robot Wars League champions! Disappointing end for Jotio into the pits. Razor wins it for England. Always looked the more destructive of all the robots in this International League Championship. Great sportsmanship from Jotio, acknowledging the crowd, but it's Razor crowned champions.
Congratulations to our International League champions. And joining Philippa in the pits is Mark Thorpe, the godfather and creator of Robot Wars, to present the award.
Thank you, Craig. Mark, this must be quite a moment for you. Is this a worthy first winner?
Oh, yeah. You know, I fell in love with Razor the first time I saw it, and I've always thought of Robot Wars as an art sport, and this clearly, you know, demonstrates how that's you know, clearly true.
It is. It's a beautiful robot. With no further ado, we should present the winning team with their trophy.
Congratulations. Thanks, Matt. Thanks, Matt.
Congratulations, guys. Well done.
Congratulations to our International League champions. And so our international crisis has finally been resolved. Fighter squadrons can be taken off red alert. Nuclear warheads can be disarmed, and world leaders can get back to their cigars. Yes, world peace shines on us once more, my friends. But don't worry, I'm sure it won't be too long before your lust for wanton carnage and sheer metal destruction is satisfied again. After all, robots love to fight, and peace is a very fragile thing indeed. Until the next war, keep an eye on those dishwashers, everybody. You can forget about asteroids and those huge meteors because the world's being hit by robot wars. Bye-bye.
Jamie Theakston's at the helm of Top of the Pops on BBC One in 20 minutes. And there's guaranteed mayhem at 9:30 tonight on BBC Two with the return of Never Mind the Buzzcocks.